Welcome to Scanprops Live. I am Jim, CEO of Scanprops. We review, compare, and analyze prop firms so traders can make smarter decisions before spending $1 on a challenge. Let's get into today's session. Today's guest runs prop trading at one of the most credible names in the entire broker space. Eightcap is regulated by FCA, ASIC, CY, SEC, and before building their own prop firm, they powered over 300,000 funded challenges for 40 other firms. They know this industry from every angle. Drop your questions in the chat. My guest is Adam, head of Eightcap Challenges, the prop trading arm of Eightcap, a multi-regulated global broker recognized as TradingView's best global CFD broker in 2024. Adam, welcome to Scanprops Live.
Thank you, Jem. It's great to be here, all the way from Australia. I feel like we're just around the corner.
Welcome again. And if you're ready, I want to start with the first question.
Fire away, Jem. I'm ready.
Okay. And before we start, Eightcap is giving away 3 two-step 10K accounts during this stream. All you have to do is go to Scanprops Twitter, find the giveaway, tweet, and complete the instructions. Okay. Let's start with the first one. Eightcap has been a broker since 2015, a decade of regulated operations before Eightcap Challenges even existed. For traders who might not know that backstory, why does it matter that a prop firm is run directly by a regulated broker rather than a white label operation?
Yeah, great question. Thanks, Jem. So as you said, Eightcap has been in business since 2015 and as a broker. And so that's the heritage and really the backbone of our business, and it really allows us to do many other things in the industry. But mainly it brings trust and credibility that a white label prop firm just simply can't offer. So our customers know that we have a track record of performance, that we've been in business for many years, and they know that we'll be in business for many more years in the future. So I think what's important, there's a few things I want to highlight, Jim. One is it gives our customers peace of mind. So all they need to worry about is their own trading performance and their own trading strategy. They don't need to worry about whether we're going to be around in a few months to pay out their payout. But secondly, what I want to highlight is that we have access, as a result of being part of Eightcap, we have access to all the industry-leading trading platforms. So we can give our customers the best choice of platforms, and most importantly, we actually own those licenses we own those rights. So if you're a white label, typically you've got third-party access to those tools, but they can be cut off at any point. So you don't have that risk with us. And we have all the best trading platforms. So of course we have MT5. We also offer MT4 and TradeLocker. And I'm super excited, Jem, to announce that this week we launched TradingView on Eightcap Challenges, which I think you're one of the first people to be notified of that big change, and that makes us one of the very small handful of CFD prop firms that offers TradingView for their customers.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, our traders love TradingView extension, and it is very helpful to trade to execution properly in a clear way. Yes, it is perfect for us. And we've been working on it. We've been working on it for a little while. We launched it earlier this week, and if you haven't already received something, you'll certainly receive some comms from us in the next 24 hours that hopefully will hit your inbox, Jem. Yeah, it will be a great edge in the industry actually, because TradingView is it's very user friendly, and also everybody is looking for their charts now. Yes,
100%.
Perfect announcement. Okay, and thank you for the answer. And I want to ask extra thing about TradingView actually. What do you think about cloud now? People say they can connect it to TradingView.
Which one? Sorry.
Cloud.
Yeah, I mean anything that's going to help traders make more efficient trades, more seamless, less I guess transferring between different platforms and different areas, is going to help them. So that's not even the future, that's now, right? So if you can do all your trading on TradingView and you've got your AI and other tools already built in, we see that as a big win for traders.
Okay. Before building your own product, Eightcap powered over 300,000 funded challenges across 40 prop firms worldwide behind the scenes. You saw the whole ecosystem from the inside. and
We did.
it's a good advantage for you. And what did that experience teach you about what traders actually need versus what the industry was telling them?
Yeah, good. Look, I think when we were running prop firms as a white label tech provider, it was the industry has evolved a lot since then. So it was very much the Wild West where people were doing different things. There was a lot of gimmicks, a lot of marketing promotions, a lot of new types of challenges. And the industry has certainly evolved in that space. But certainly your customers, your audience would have seen a lot of turbulence and change in the industry, with a lot of firms going out of business in the last 2 years, with I guess the crackdown of MetaQuote, and firms sort of disappearing overnight. So again, I think it comes back to trust and confidence and being able to support a more mature industry, right? For me, I think one of the big learnings is traders want that transparency and they want professionalism, and they want to understand what they're buying, what's the product they're buying. So they're two of the big things for me and for us at Eightcap is, transparency, I would say, is, no hidden rules, no deceptive marketing, no sort of sneaky reasons why people aren't getting paid out, right? We really want to be transparent about what we're doing and have no surprises. And the other part, the professionalism side of things, Jem, I guess from learning from the 300,000 challenges and the props that we supported, on the professionalism side, I believe that customers, they want to know what they're buying. They want the best possible trading experience. They want really a seamless customer. They want a seamless customer experience end to end. So expectations of customers from 2 years ago to today is, again, they want everything, and they rightly should expect to have a seamless customer experience, whether that's just, clicking through the website or whether it's accessing FAQs, or accessing customer support if they have a problem. We want them to have a beautiful experience, and we want them to get paid quickly when they make a profit. So, all of those things are like maybe not so exciting, but for me, what's important for me as the head of this business is, I don't want to necessarily be the most exciting firm, but I do want to build trust, and I want to give people confidence that when they come to Eightcap Challenges, they're going to have a great experience. And we're going to say what we want to say, what we're going to do, and then we're going to do what we're going to say, right? And all of those things continue to build a level of trust with your audience.
Yeah, thank you for the answer, Adam. It means a lot because you're kind of intermediary within the industry, actually, because you are running the prop site and also you are serving too many props, and your experience, you have a lot of experience about all the prop things, and that's why this is the great answer for our audience. And
and we've seen in the props that we worked with, we've seen some fantastic examples of companies that that did things really well, and we've tried to copy. And we also saw firms that were, either not successful because their marketing wasn't successful or they didn't have the right funnel, but also just they didn't have, they were happy to churn their client.
During that period, you had a chance to observe pros and cons of the firms, actually.
Sorry, I'm not waving my arms at you. I'm just trying to get the lights back on in here. Sorry, I missed the question.
No. I said during that period, you had a chance to observe pros and cons.
Absolutely. And we've taken, I think we've taken those lessons and we've come back with what I think is a really strong product and a really strong philosophy.
Yeah, that's an amazing perspective. And you said in an interview that the day trader challenges were born from real conversation with the trading community. I think this is very different product within the industry, from my opinion. And through that process, who did you talk to, and what were they telling you that the existing model was getting wrong?
Yeah, thanks. So first of all, I'm really proud of the day trader product because it is, genuinely an innovation in the industry, and I think no one else has this product. And we can talk a little bit more about it later. But in terms of where it came from and how it came about. So our team, talks to active prop traders all the time. So whether that's that's through our risk team or through our customer support teams, they're always talking to customers. And so a couple of things. One was payout restrictions. So of course we have rules, and we have things like, for example, minimum trading days that people have to trade for on our one phase and our two phase challenges. So that one of the things, one of those restrictions that sometimes traders don't like as much. So one of the reasons we built the day trader was essentially it's an instant account with really fast payouts, and so you can do a day trader account in an hour. You win that account, or you earn a profit in that account, you're getting paid the next day. There's no sort of minimum trading days. And the other issue was around risky behavior. So for day trading, it's usually not about taking massive swings and hitting a home run every session. It's about, I guess, consistent, small, stacking some smaller wins consistently and managing risk. And so, all of those things heavily influenced how we structured the account sizes and the drawdowns, and we wanted to reward disciplined trading behavior. So, for example, if a trader make three solid $50 wins across three different assets, so you could trade gold, euro, dollar, and Bitcoin. They'll pass our 8-hour challenge, and they're getting a payout the next day. So again, it's a different product, but we think it's a great product. And the final thing that I really like about it and that we heard was the duration of a prop challenge that some people don't like, which is some traders, they don't want to be stuck in a prop challenge which normally takes a few weeks to complete. So that's not for everyone. Some people don't have the patience for that, or the attention span, or it's not how they trade. So again, having a different product in addition to the one phase and the two phase, having a different product that lets people trade as a day trader is very attractive.
Okay. And thank you. Let's talk about the next question. In early 2024, Eightcap stepped back from the prop space, and that's a significant decision. You were one of the biggest infrastructure providers in the industry, for sure. We mentioned before. And what made you pull back?
Yeah, sure. So I'm just trying to set my mind back to early 2024, and I think obviously with the MetaQuote restrictions, when that surfaced, it raised a couple of things. First of all, as a regulated global broker, holding licenses with tier 1 licenses with ASIC and the FCA, Eightcap needed to protect its own regulatory standing and our brokerage business. So our primary objective was really to maintain and protect our core business. But more broadly than that, a couple of things. One was the recognition of the white label model as being a difficult model because you don't have the control. You're reliant on third parties, and so like that episode demonstrated, you have to pivot very quickly, and you're not in control. So that was one factor. But more, I guess, importantly and philosophically, I think there was a recognition that the industry was a little bit out of control, Jem.
Yeah.
And I think the subsequent 18 months flushed a lot of that out in terms of a lot of the firms that did shut their doors because either they didn't have access to the trading platforms the customers wanted, or they didn't have they had an unsustainable cost structure. So I think we sort of let that flush out, and that period actually laid the groundwork for the relaunch of Eightcap Challenges, which is really the first time that we have gone to market with a prop brand under the Eightcap banner.
Yeah. Thank you. And let's continue with your comeback. Actually, after this comeback,
sure.
And you came back in November 2025, but you came back differently, not just relaunching what existed before, but with a completely new product philosophy. What's in your thinking during the time away?
So during our time, so obviously we've spoken about the white label versus the direct ownership and having control of the product and making sure that again everything was transparent and really upfront with what we were trying to achieve. And again, I think trying to distance ourselves from the industry and the flashy marketing, in terms of sort of the race to the bottom with large discounts that are frankly unsustainable. Anyone who's offering these huge discounts, it doesn't take a genius to work out that a lot of the firms that were offering those big big discounts were the same firms that were going broke because they either couldn't, they didn't have the revenue or they didn't have the funds to pay out their traders. So for us, the reality is that successful trading is less exciting. It's not about the flashy get rich quick schemes and make $10,000 in a month. It's actually discipline, it's risk management, it's controlling your emotions. It's as much as that less sexy, the reality is that's a more sustainable model, and that's the business. That's the sort of business that I want to be in and that I want to run. And so that's what we're really trying to deliver with Eightcap Challenges now.
Okay. Yeah, that context, building it, watching it break, walking away, coming back with a clear point of view is exactly what makes this conversation different. Let's get into the product itself. And Adam, the floor is yours. Walk us through Eightcap Challenges. What you stand for, how the products work. Tell our audience what they need to know, because you have a great perspective because of your experience and your angle. Maybe you can simply clarify which phases are those for.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Jem. So thanks for the opportunity. So the one thing I just wanted to add to what I was talking about previously was when we were out of the game for sort of 12 or 18 months, we actually took the opportunity to completely rebuild our back-end tech stack from the ground up because we wanted to be able to scale for growth. So we rebuilt our dashboard. We tried to reimagine the whole customer experience to really ensure that we had a product that we were going to be proud to stand behind, right? And so that made it much easier when we came back, was that we had, we were really confident. We were really confident in the product that we were offering. And then of course we've got some innovation, which I spoke about with the day trader, which I'll talk a little bit about, and the trading platforms that we can offer. So, I think a combination of the trading platforms, the quality product with innovation and the customer experience, when paired with the Eightcap brand and the trust that brings, we think that's a really compelling value proposition. So, I've spoken a lot about the sort of the transparency and the professional nature that we want to bring. One of the things that I think is really cool about us is, when you're buying Eightcap Challenges, you're sort of getting the best of both worlds. And so what I mean by that is you're obviously getting the trust and the reputation of Eightcap, a global broker, but you're also getting the resources of Eightcap. So not only are you getting access to TradingView and MT4 and MT5 and the tool and the tech that we've got, but you're actually getting the whole team. You're getting the whole tech team. You're getting a global marketing team. You're getting compliance and legal and customer support. You're getting a 24/7. So we've got the strength of a global team, but then you're also getting the energy and the passion and the capability of a startup, within that global team. And that's my team, which is, working every day on new products, innovation, and we're always making the product better and faster. So, that's something that I'm really, really passionate about and excited about. And then again, I've spoken a lot about transparency. And when I talk about that, what I mean is, I don't want there to be any surprises, right? So everything's on our website. We want to make sure that traders know what they're buying, right? That they've got the information they need. They understand the rules. If they're not sure, they've got resources there that they can ask. And then, we've also got tools to help them succeed along the way as well. So whether that's on the trading dashboard or, feedback they get from our risk team, we're trying to upskill them as well. So there's a few different resources that we have, like a Discord channel and various other things that they can access. So maybe there's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about, Jem, on the forum. One was the day trader product, which I think is worth just explaining, because I'm not sure if your audience is familiar with it. So let me give you a quick overview, and if I don't do a great job, you can ask me questions and if there's anything that needs to be clarified. But basically the day trader, how it works is it's fully customizable. So you can choose your duration, right? So you can choose 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, or 8 hour is the longest session. You can choose one of those 4 sessions. You can then choose your stake. So you can start, which I think is really cool. You can start from as low as $5 to get started. And you can go all the way up to $500 if you're feeling more confident. But if you want to get get started, $5, you can buy a challenge, right? And then you choose your own multiplier. So basically the way it works is I choose $5, my stake, and then I can choose 2x, 5x, or 10x, right? So if I choose 2x with a $5 starting point, I'm basically saying I'm trying to earn $10. With a 5x, I'm trying to earn $25, and with a 10x, I'm trying to earn $50, right? And essentially, the bigger the multiplier, the harder the challenge becomes. So if I'm choosing a 2x multiplier, it's going to be much easier to pass than a 10x. Yeah.
Wow, you can create your tailor-fit product with your expectations.
Exactly.
Request, right?
Exactly.
Oh, perfect.
Exactly. And so the only thing I would say about it that I'm not to warn, but just to call out is one thing is you can only do one at a time, right? So you can't buy two day traders at the same time. That's not allowed. And the other thing to highlight to your audience as well is as soon as you buy the challenge start, right? So your countdown clock starts. If you choose a 2-hour challenge, it's going to start when you purchase and it's going to end in 2 hours. And if you've hit your profit target in 2 hours, you win your money, you earn your money. And if not, you forfeit your stake.
Okay. And what are the key rules traders need to understand before they start?
So there's really only there's one rule that I want to call out that I want your audience to be aware of. And that is that you need to trade. You can't just make your profit on one asset or one symbol.
Okay.
You have to trade at least 2 asset classes, and you have to trade at least 3 assets. Okay, so that's important to note. But otherwise, I think the rules are kind of standard in terms of, we have a news trading, which I think is you can't trade 5 minutes either side of news, and some other standard rules. But that's really the one that I wanted to highlight for you.
Okay. And you offer access to 800 more assets across MT4, MT5, and TradeLocker, right?
Correct. So we have over 800 assets. I think we have something like 150 crypto assets. I don't have the full list of how many assets are available in each category, but yeah, we have over 800 assets across every asset class, and we are going to be launching futures soon as well. And then I'll talk quickly as well, Jem, about our add-ons, which I think will be interesting to your audience. So, we have 4 add-ons, right? The first one is our early payout. So you can reduce. I think our standard challenge has, and this is obviously for the 1 phase and the 2 phase. So not for the day trader. So we have the early payout where you can reduce your waiting time from 14 days down to 7 days. So that's number one. The second one actually is called a 3-day payout, and that's where if you can't wait 7 days, you can get your payout in 3 days. So pretty good. The third one is a profit split, which our standard product is you get an 80% profit split. With a profit split add-on, you take your profit split from 80% to 90%.
Ah, perfect.
And the last one, which is our newest add-on, Gem, we launched it I think it was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't keep up, but this new one is called Insurance, and this one gives you a second life. So if you lose your account in the evaluation stage, then basically it resets your account back to the beginning in the evaluation. So this one we think we know it's already very popular, and one of the things that I really like about our business so far in the 6 months that we've been running is things like the insurance add-on and even the 3-day payout add-on. These are initiatives that have largely been driven by our audience, by people asking for this product, and we've been able to bring them to life very, very quickly. So if we think they're a good idea, if people are asking for them and we think they're a good idea, we will do them, and that's the benefit of being in a business where we have that ability to be nimble. So yeah, they're kind of the highlights I think that I wanted to share with your audience. Did you have any questions on that, or the rest is really fairly straightforward in terms of I'm not going to bore you with the 1 phase and the 2 phase. I think your audience knows they know about those challenges. Payouts are standard. Again, like my view is if someone earns a payout, I want to pay them as quickly as we can. I'm not interested in holding onto their money longer than we need to. So we try to keep things as simple as we can, Jem.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for our community, and thank you for this promotion, by the way. And and besides, thank you for this explanation, because some of questions from our audience. Okay, you answered all of them. Actually,
I haven't. I mean, I've seen some of the questions coming in, but I haven't been. It's been hard to follow them all.
Yeah, because you mentioned cryptocurrencies site, and also you are working with MT4, MT5, and TradeLocker, by the way, right?
Yes, MT4, MT5, TradeLocker, TradingView. We have 4 platforms. Yeah, correct.
Yes, you have 4 platforms, and perfect. And I think everybody understood your add-ons right now, and we will get to all those questions soon, by the way. But yes,
perfect.
we can continue. And what I keep coming back to is how different this feels to the standard prop firm conversation, and I think our audience can feel that too. And let's talk about trust, because that's ultimately that traders are evaluating when they choose a firm, because it's not about promotions, it's not about big discounts, as you know. And yes, let's talk about the trust. And you have said there are no hidden fees or no misleading marketing, and you've been explicit. That is a simulated educational experience. That transparency is very rare. And why do you think most firms in the space avoid saying it clearly?
Good question. I think, as I've said a few times, we're really trying hard to be clear and transparent about what our product is, what the rules are, and give them the experience that they expect. And I'll talk about why we want to do that. But one of the things I would encourage your audience to do is, go do the research, test different firms, read the rules, compare different props, exactly using firms such as Scanprops, to actually compare what's out there and what's important to you. Whether it it might be the price point, it might be the trading platform, it might be the assets that you have access to, it might be the speed of execution that's most important. So it might be the color scheme, it might be the branding. I don't know. Everyone's going to have different things that they come back to. But for us, we want to have, and we already do have a really high rate of repeat customer engagement. And so for us, that's really important. And so, with us being explicit about what we're offering, it's a simulated educational trading experience. We don't really want the traders, the gamblers in our community. We're trying to develop disciplined traders, right? We're trying to attract serious traders who are serious about trading on institutional infrastructure, who understand, people who understand that the speed of execution is important. And when you trade with someone like Eightcap, you're actually getting the best trading experience, right? When you want to close when you want to close your account, when you want to close your trade's closing, and you're not waiting those 2 milliseconds, and then you've been stopped out, or your account gets breached because you had slow execution, right? So we're it really comes back to trying to build a long-term customer base and being upfront with people rather than trying to churn and burn our audience. Jem, that's sort of the basis of it. One of the things I was going to mention as well is, when I've been talking to a lot of partners who we're working with, and the first question they ask me when before they sign up with us is, they'd like to have a test account, sort of a non-withdrawable test account, so they can see if they want to be associated with our product. They want to test the spreads, they want to test the execution speed, because they don't want to promote a product, if the trading conditions are not at the speed that they would expect. And I haven't had a single person come back to me to say that they've had any issues. I think our speed of execution and our spreads are first class.
It's a perfect statistics. Thank you. And sorry about that. And the prop industry is still recovering trust after 2022 to 2024. That's that problematic era, as you know. And what would you say to a trader who has been burned before, who is skeptical of every firm they look at now, about why 8Cap Challenges is different besides being broker backed.
Yeah, sure. So again, like, all we can do, Jem, really is look after our side of the street, right? You know, we can only control what we can control, and that's, you know, I'm not trying to tell the industry how to operate. All I want to do is run a good operation ourselves and be proud of what we're delivering. So, you know, what I will say is we're human as well, and we will make mistakes. And so, you know, my commitment is you know, we'll own our mistakes and we try to fix them as quickly as possible. So again, like, I think I've mentioned this before, I don't want to be the flashiest prop firm. You know, if I'm being completely honest, and this maybe doesn't sound great, I want to be a bit boring. You know, I want to be reliable. You know, maybe it doesn't sound too good. Maybe boring is not the right word. Maybe professional is better and reliable are better. But yeah, like, I want people to know what they're buying. I want there to have no surprises. Everything should work as I expect it. They should have a great customer experience, right? And if any of those things are not true, then we want to hear about it so we can improve. Because ultimately we want people to come back and be repeat customers, and we want people to tell their friends that they had a great experience with us. I mean, ultimately that's how we're going to have a great business.
Yeah, and in our industry, being boring makes you most trustable person.
I probably shouldn't say that. Maybe I need a different word. Maybe boring's not a good word, but you know what I mean.
I totally understand the idea, and you're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good edge. And yeah, let's zoom out and talk about the bigger picture, because you have watched this industry evolve longer than most, actually. And you powered 40 prop firms from behind the scenes, and now you're competing with many of them directly. How has that changed the relationships, actually? And do you think broker-backed prop trading becomes the standard model going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So, look, honestly, I do. First of all, I think some of those prop firms were part of the industry consolidation already. So, you know, they're not all in business anymore for various reasons that I won't, you know, that I won't go into. But, you know, the data tells us that the industry has already consolidated a lot. And I think it's going to continue to consolidate, because I think, you know, as I said before, when you're running a white label, you don't have control of your tech. You also don't have control of your product. You know, you're sort of relying on others to build your product roadmap for you, and so you just don't have the ability to respond to the market as quickly as you need to. So I think the small players will struggle to compete, and maybe they'll be okay, and there'll be some shooting stars for a period of time. But I'm not sure they're going to be there for the long term, because again, you know, who can offer the platform, the technology, the product, trust, and all the infrastructure? There's not that many firms that are going to be able to match the expectations of the industry. And the reality is, Jem, that the industry is maturing from 3 years ago in terms of what people expect. It's been a turbulent 3 year period. And I think traders out there are more, I guess they're more savvy in terms of what the risks are and what they're buying than they were 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. And what's next for 8Cap Challenges in 2026 and beyond?
What's next? So good question. So obviously, we've been very focused on TradingView, right? Getting that ready. So that obviously went live. That went live this week. So that's been our big focus, and we've pushed a few other projects to the backlog. But we've got a big pipeline of things that we're working on. So it feels like every week we're getting new, and there's a new feature that we're adding. But we're adding stuff to our backlog every day. There's sort of new incremental features that we're adding. So that's just the little stuff. That's the day to day. But in terms of big things, probably the big one that I want to mention to you is we're working on futures. And I think you mentioned before that you guys are also working on a new futures site as well, which will hopefully our timing will align on that. So we should have that by the middle of this year. We should be ready with futures. And then, the other thing that we're looking to do is we're always looking at, ways to really integrate the 8Cap experience with the 8Cap Challenges experience. And again, one of the benefits of being part of the 8Cap business is we have multiple products that we can offer to customers. So we have obviously the 8Cap Challenges, but we also have the CFD offering for customers that are looking for a different product. So I guess integrating those two businesses more closely is something that we'll continue to look at. And also working with sort of strengthening our partner ecosystem with all the partners that we do work with in the industry to make sure that they have the resources that they need to be successful.
Okay, thank you. And you answered a lot of them already during this session, but let's get to some of them from our audience. I think they will like hearing you answer them. And you were mentioning about TradingView extension now, and the questions about TradingView. It is when you say trading on TradingView, do you mean using the standard TradingView itself or the DXTrade plugin?
No, it's directly on TradingView. So basically, you buy the challenge, you select TradingView as the platform. You then log into TradingView like you would normally, and you actually log into your challenge through the 8-cap tile on TradingView. So, and that's why we're one of the few firms that will ever really be able to offer TradingView, is because we're accessing it via the 8-cap tile directly.
Okay, thank you. Yes. And the other question is about insurance. What is an insurance add-on?
Okay, insurance add-on. I touched on it briefly before, but I'll explain again. So again, at checkout, you select the insurance add-on, right? So you pay a little bit more when you check out the product. You then go and you get your trading account as normal, right? If you fail your evaluation, right, instead of having to purchase a new account, automatically you'll receive you'll have your existing account you'll basically have your existing account reset back to the starting balance, and you have a second chance. So essentially, it gives you protection that if you don't pass the first time, you get a second go.
Okay.
Does that answer the question, Jem?
Yeah. And from my side, for example, I have a 2-step challenge, and for example, I am on the second phase at that time, and I breached my fund, my stage with reset with the insurance. Am I starting with the first stage or second one?
That's a great question. I'm pretty sure that you get reset back to the second stage, the stage that you're in, so you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I should know. I mean, I should know that 100. I should know that 100%. I should know that. I should know that 100%. So if that's not right, I'll confirm back with you tomorrow. Because I don't want to give your audience bad information.
Okay. Thank you. And the another question is it's a good question actually. Like other broker-based firms, do you offer a bonus when you deposit the balance earned from your prop account to your 8-cap broker account? Yeah, it is very trendy marketing right now. Yeah.
At the moment, we don't not. So the answer I would give to that is not yet. But as I mentioned earlier, we are actively looking at ways that we can increase the connectivity between traders who want to trade not just props but also CFDs and vice versa. And I think that's a great idea. We're working on some functionality that I can't talk about yet, but it'll be ready in the next couple of months. That will make that much easier to do, and that's certainly something that's in our pipeline. So it's a great idea, and definitely something that we'll have very soon.
Okay. And I want to ask a question from my side actually. Are you planning to scaling program actually? Because most of the firms, they are evolving, and also they are redesigning their scaling programs, as you know. You guys, for 8-cap challenges, do you have any plan for this kind of program?
Yeah, we absolutely do. We can share. I can share more about this soon. But it's something that we at the moment we have the capability to do by request, I would say. And it's at the moment it's for some VIP clients that we have, some customers that we have. So we can certainly do it. We just haven't yet rolled it out for all of our retail traders at the moment. But it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay. The reason of asking this question, as you said before, all the prop firm industry, it is consolidating right now, and firms are aiming to get disciplined traders, not gamblers right now, and that's what they want to give some extra, because the first experience of prop firm, okay, you get the challenge and you pass the phases, and then you get funded, and after first payout, second payout, okay, it is very normal. It becomes very standard. Actually, there is no excitement, there is no extra things for a trader actually. But if you're disciplined and consistent trader, yes, you should get something more. And like every prop firms are serving and also redesigning these kind of programs, and it is good to know. And we are very eager to get your announcement about the scaling program from Eightcap Challenges. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. It will be. We'll certainly let you know.
Okay, perfect. And I think these are all questions asked by the community, and you've been very open during the whole session. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for your transparency, because it means a lot in the industry.
Well, yeah, thanks. I mean, I think opportunities like this to talk directly to a community are, really valuable. And so, to me, it's a great opportunity to have that conversation. And hopefully, again, as I said before, we're only as good as our performance. So, I can say all the things that I want, but I'm hoping that people's experience, their actual experience when they do trade with us, matches their expectation, and that they come, yes, they buy once, but they come again, and they tell their friends that, again, they got what they thought they were getting. They had a positive experience. It was professional, and there were no surprises.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your good words. And I want to also inform the audience that the giveaway results will be announced right after the session. Don't forget to check our page. And I think this was one of the most unique perspectives we have on this channel. You built the infrastructure this industry ran on, watch it go wrong, walked away, and came back with a clear point of view. And that's a specific story traders needed to hear. And Adam, thank you so much. Hope to have you back.
Jem, thank you so much. It's great to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. And subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next session. See you next time.